Hello all, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a love coming spread for all of my Aries out there. So this is a love coming spread for all of my Aries out there for the week of September 8th to the 14th. So without any further ado, let's jump in and see what the cards have to say, shall we? Okay. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see, show me cards I need to see. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see, show me cards I need to see. What kind of love is coming towards my Aries during the week of September 8th into the 14th? What kind of love is coming towards all my Aries out there during the week of September 8th to the 14th? Some cards I need to see, some cards I need to see. All right, here we go. Ooh. Okay. Interesting, my Aries. Okay. That rounds it out. Okay, so first out the gate, we have the Five of Wands. So, you're going to be dealing with someone that is dealing with a bit of tension and conflict in their life, it feels like here. A lot of tension, a lot of conflict. Now, it also could be, this also could represent, let me see here. Yeah, it also could represent a little bit of competition, causing a little tension, competition for your affections. That would be causing a little bit of tension and conflict as well. So it could possibly be that, but I feel like there's definitely some tension going on with this individual. However, we got the Emperor here, so they've decided to assert themselves and take a very prominent role in asserting their own will in the situation. They're trying to create, they're trying to really get you to recognize them and recognize that they are a leader and they represent a very solid foundation. In other words, that they're a really solid individual. This person happens to be, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So this is an earth sign individual. So it is a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. Okay, so now this person also, in addition to them representing a very strong, solid figure, they also have a nurturing side too. So it's a very nurturing, down-to-earth individual. And not only do they have a nurturing side with them, but they're also they take really good care of their money. So they're kind of really, they're good with their money too and finances. It's just the whole competitive thing has really kind of got them a little bit on the swivel a little bit. Now, with that being said, we got the 10 of Pentacles here. And that says to me that they are thinking about the long game. Okay, you're thinking about legacy, a legacy type of situation here with you. You know, really putting in the time to really establish something solid. Thus, the Emperor card. Establish something solid moving forward. In addition, here we have the Justice card. Okay, so this person wants to be completely transparent and wants there to be truth across the board. And so they definitely want an equal give and take. So they're looking for something long-term and something solid and committed. Now, with that being said, they put it out there. And you got the Seven of Pentacles. And they're just kind of waiting to see what bears fruit. They put it out there. They did the best that they thought that they could. Again, like I said, that the competition is kind of got them a little bit antsy, but you know, they're hanging in there because they see the potential for this thing to be long term and something solid. So they pull it out there. Now we got the Three of Cups here, and to me that could represent you know, there's like a celebratory type of situation. You know, maybe you met this person at like a work party function or something like that, maybe some kind of barbecue or some kind of bar situation. So the connection definitely took place with this individual when you were kind of out in like a celebratory type of thing. Now they look at you and they see that, you know, got the Six of Swords here, that really being with you overall really takes them into a calmer situation. That's why the competition and the tension is kind of getting to them a little bit, but it's going to move into more of a calmer waters type situation, you know, with you being in their company. Now, the competition would be King of Wands, which is a fire sign. Sagittarius and Aries Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. So this individual's causing him a little bit of strife here. But this is interesting about this King of Wands here. This person is looking at the whole picture. And that's probably why there's a little bit of sense of intimidation here, because it seems like this fire sign individual is just kind of like, they're kind of just being patient. They're just kind of seeing how things play themselves out. Like I said, they're thinking about the long view here. But these seem to be two very good potentials coming into your purview during the 8th to the 14th. So keep your eyes out for that. So with all that being said, let's see what kind of strengths you're going to be working with during the week of the 8th to the 14th. What kind of strengths are my Aries going to be doing? What kind of strengths are my Aries going to be working with during the week of the 8th to the 14th? What kind of strengths are my Aries going to be dealing with during the week of the 8th to the 14th? Show me cards I need to see. Show me the cards I need to see. What kind of strengths are my Aries going to be working with during the week of the 8th to the 14th? That's what you guys are dealing with here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ooh. Alrighty. So, remember, these are your strengths. These are your strengths, alright? So, how could the Nine of Swords, you might be thinking, how can that be your strength? Okay? Anxiety, depression. Well, from the aspect that I'm interpreting this as a strength would be, you've learned how to conquer the anxiety and the depression that you were dealing with. Okay? You've been through this before. You learned how to conquer that and how to deal with it. And so all the anxiety and the stress, and I'm going to tell you probably why that was the case in a minute, actually. All the anxiety and the depression you were dealing with, you kind of been through that. You know how it feels. So you're kind of making the transition. Now, we got the Ten of Wands here. Responsibility, burden. How that can be your strength is you've learned to kind of flip that on its head. You don't want to take any more responsibility on than you need to get to the end game that you're looking for. You're not going to take other people's responsibility. You can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Okay, so it's more of a linear type of thinking that you're dealing with right now. All right, so taking unwarranted burden, taking it off your shoulders and putting it where it belongs. Also, with that being the case here, you got the Two of Wands, and you realize, hey, you know what? I have some options here. I have some options, and so I'm not just going to be going to be cornered into a limited choice when it comes to your happiness, especially as far as your relationship status goes. You do have options. Now, you may be thinking, how did all this come about? We got the Devil card here. And you were dealing with a situation which is most likely where this Nine of Swords comes in here. See that? So, you were in a toxic type of situation. That's possibly some substance abuse was, in the mix here. Substance abuse, alcoholism, or just a toxic relationship that caused you the anxiety and the drama that you were dealing with in your life. You've managed to recognize the signs of the toxicity of certain people, certain characteristics. You know what to watch out for. And so that's why the Two of Wands, the choices now. You don't have to just be limited by a limited choice. The world is an oyster. And so the world is your purview. So you kind of can expand your horizons a bit. And you've done that. You got the King of Wands energy here. King of Wands energy says to me that, again, King of Wands, make very wise decisions when it comes to looking at the full picture, looking at the long view of a situation. And that's where you're at right now. You've been through, you kind of, this trial by fire thing you kind of already been through. So you have the ability now to look at the long view of a particular situation. In addition, here we got the Wheel of Fortune. Wheels of Fortune are turning in your favor, for sure. Okay? And sometimes As the old saying goes, you got to go through hell to get to heaven, and that's sometimes this is how it is. You know, you don't recognize positivity until you know exactly what negativity looks like, and so you're kind of like on the outer edges of that, coming out of this dark storm that you've been in, and you recognize toxicity when you see it, looking at the long picture. In addition to that, you got the High Priestess. So your intuition is really sizzling right now. It's really sizzling, and you're able to recognize, you're able to recognize toxicness and a bad situation and negative energy when you see it, and when it's around you, you can feel that. And finally here, you got the Sixth of Swords, which is you're transitioning, as I said in the beginning, for your strengths here. You're transitioning from a choppy situation to a more calmer, smooth transition. And in the end, honestly, these are some pretty good strengths to have after coming out of a really tumultuous situation. So that's where we are with that. So what could possibly affect the outcome? What from your past could possibly affect the outcome of these particular love ventures? What from your past could possibly affect the outcome of these particular love ventures? Some cards I need to see, some cards I need to see. What from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this particular situation? What kind of things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this situation? Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need. Come on. I need to. Got it. So, Wheel of Fortune. So, if something were to, right now as I said before, the Wheel of Fortune is starting to turn in your favor. Again, you've been through this tumultuous situation, stormy situation, real negative situation. If anything were to prevent the Wheel of Fortune from turning in your favor, anything or anyone, again, you recognize negativity when you see it. You're going to cut it out. It's going to be cut out. So that's the first thing. What else? What else we got here? What else do we got here? What other things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this situation? Queen of Wands. So, with you coming out of this situation, there's a certain amount of self-esteem that's beginning to reassert itself. Self-respect. A realization that you're worth it. So the Queen of Wands has a very vibrating energy, has the ability to really attract and draw things to itself. Again, anything that's going to come and stop that from taking place, stop you from really realizing the self-value and worth that you have, anything that kind of stops the flow of that, you're going to cut it out immediately. Like I said, you're on a transition, you're on the edge of that transition, about to make that final cusp. And so, if anything were to get in that way right now of you achieving that goal, it's going to be a no-brainer. It's a non-starter, rather. Okay, finally here, what other thing? What? Give me one more thing from your past that could possibly affect the outcome of this situation. Possibly affect the outcome of this. Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is it's an earth energy that is really very reasonable, very responsible, okay, very specific movements. I don't want to say methodical, because it really depends on the situation. It's more strategic, very strategic in the approach of the situation. It takes its time. It really observes, it's really an observational type of energy here, type of sign here, where you can kind of strategically, pick and choose where you want to go to get the maximum outcome. So in other words, it's very deliberate movements. Now, again, you coming out of this, you have to protect yourself. All right. So if you were, you're very deliberately moving in a certain specific type of way. If anything comes in, again, like I said before, stops you from being able to do that because you're beginning to really realize your potential, again, this reemergence of self, you're going to cut it. Because it's all about self-discovery, rediscovery, if you will, from a position, a position of power. You're taking back your power, so to speak. All right? So, that's that. So what, before I shut this thing down, let's see if spirits have any additional information that they want to bestow upon you before I shut this thing down. What additional information spirit has to say about this particular, my Aries out there before I shut this thing down? What additional information does spirit have to give my Aries before I shut this thing down? Some cards I need to see, some cards I need to... Ooh. Boom. Okay, so heat. There is a tremendous opportunity here for this to really be a very heated, passionately charged sexual situation here. So there's a lot of sexual tension that could possibly be building up here between these individuals and you, for sure. So it's definitely a possibility for a lot of passion here. Now, with that being said, okay, core. All right. So this is really interesting when it comes to this particular situation because, again, like you're like I told you, you're on that edge of rediscovering yourself, self-esteem, purpose, reclaiming your power. Now, core is interesting because it's kind of like you're taking back your power, but at the same time, there's a lot of bottled up tension. You're just looking to take that energy, that sexual tension and the energy, and pour it into a situation, like an explosive situation. And Spirit's telling me here, they're possibly looking to be this opportunity where one of these, either the Earth sign individual, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or the fire sign individual, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, there's going to be an opportunity that one of these things could possibly pop here, and you're going to have the opportunity to just pour it all inside, like boom. I mean, it's going to be explosive when it does happen. So Spirit's telling me, yo, be on the lookout, because that's a definite high possibility that things are really going to get to popping. And finally here, moderation. Yeah. Slow it down. 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 Pace yourself. Because like I said, you're coming off of this cycle, reclaiming, taking back your power. I want to put that somewhere in the title of this reading too, because I think that's important to really highlight that part there. Moderation, slow it down, balance, have balance in your life. You're coming off of this stormy, tumultuous situation. Moderation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of potential here, a lot of passion, a lot of sexual tension that's been building up, possibly explosive. But slow walk it. Slow walk it. Just slow walk it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just slow walk it a little bit. Fill out a little bit. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. So just slow walk it. You take your time. And when the time is right, bam, it'll happen. Trust me. All right? So with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully this is a general love reading. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it didn't, please feel free to get a personal reading so I can dig into your particular situation and we can see what's going on here. And if it didn't, maybe with a personal reading so I can look into your particular situation. I'll leave all the link and information below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.